So in honor of Pride Month, Minnesota Twins is celebrating the LGBTQ plus community with a night of baseball and visibility. Tomorrow at Target Field, it is Pride Night.
So this morning we are joined by the person who will be singing the National Anthem, Diane Miller. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Gosh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me on.
How did this all happen?
Shout out to DJ Caked Up,
Yeah.
who was DJing that night, and she put out an Instagram post and was like, "Hey, to my queer fam, the Minnesota Twins are looking for someone to sing the National Anthem on Pride Night." And I was like, I know how to sing that song.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I reached out for a contact, sent them an email, and they asked me to send a video of me singing the National Anthem. I also gave them a background on my history in the scene and stuff. And I sent them a video of me on my iPhone singing the National Anthem, and they were like, "We'd like to have you." And,
Wow.
And here we are.
That's awesome.
Tell us about your journey as an artist.
You know, I grew up in Fargo, North Dakota. I wasn't born there, but I kind of was a closeted musician, very shy growing up, but I kind of just, when you play music and you love music, you just can't let it go.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like this gift, or like this, like, you try and you fail and you keep going and keep going, and then all of a sudden you take different forms, you start bands. Like, I was in a hip hop band called D Mills and the Thrills in Fargo. We became this beloved local band, basically, and it just kept growing and growing. And I love also going to concerts and supporting local live music, and I became a booker, I became a journalist, and I was the editor of the Alternative Weekly in
You've
Fargo.
worn all the hats.
I have. I'm just
so I imagine this performance must mean a lot to you.
Oh my gosh, of course. It's an honor. I've never performed to this many people before. I've performed to a lot of big crowds, and I have a lot of experience performing and singing all over, but never at a baseball stadium.
How do you get yourself ready for, like, is it living in the moment, or what do you do ahead of time to get yourself ready for this performance?
You just kind of, I think I just surrender. I will walk up to the stadium and field, and I will say, I was selected to do this, so I must be here for a reason, and just sing. So yeah, I probably warm up my voice. You know.
So we're going to hear from you. You're going to do a performance for us on our streaming show at 7:15. But how would you describe your musical roots? I mean, you have Filipino roots, but you also rap. Like, what are we going to hear?
I love everything. I'm just a musical fan. I love all types of music. Yes, I do have a background in hip hop. My mom was born and raised in the Philippines, and she grew up folk dancing in the Philippines. So she raised me on music, and my dad too. My dad was also in the military, and so he raised me on, like, Bob Dylan, the Minnesota icon, and Simon and Garfunkel. Yeah. But I think as, like, a biracial kid growing up in a small town like Alexandria, Minnesota, before I was in Fargo, I was in Alexandria, I think I really gravitated towards hip hop because it just represented a culture other than what I was
hearing.
Yeah. So
real quick, what is because you're going to have all kinds of visibility. What does that mean to you to have that visibility and have people see you when you sing that national anthem? That's got to be something important to you.
Yeah, it's incredible. Well, for one, I mean, I take a lot of pride in who I am, and I take a lot of pride in being an LGBT singer and journalist and radio host, and I think representation is such a beautiful thing, and I think it's wonderful that the Minnesota Twins are hosting a night like Pride Night, because it's so important for us to be seen and be heard and be valued for who we are. And I've been out for a while now, and it's very much a part of who I am, and I take so much pride in it. And also, like, with my dad being in the military, like serving in the Navy, like, I'm like so honored to salute my country
for sure
on a night like Pride.
Well, good luck to you. Good luck. Break a leg, right?